Welcome back to Becoming Her, Authentic Entrepreneur Spotlight Series inside Bossladies Creating Empires. This series that we're doing was created for International Women's Day. But more importantly, it was created to highlight the real journeys behind women in business. Every woman that you're seeing spotlighted this week has walked through growth, doubt, courage, transformation, because becoming a leader, becoming a business owner, and becoming the woman you're meant to be is a journey. So today, I'm shining the spotlight on Angelina Rivera. Angelina, thank you for being here and sharing your story with us.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be on here and it's a pleasure and such an honor.
Oh, thank you. I love having you. Angelina, who were you before you stepped into your business and what shifted?
So I was the person who lived in self-doubt. I was a person who never asked for help. I was the person who thought that her beginnings were her boundaries. And when I say that, I was born in poverty and I was actually born in the projects. And if you really look at the statistics, about 40 to 50% of those who are born in that type of environment never will remain in that in adulthood, and only 20% of them will rise to a medium-sized income. And so I thought, well, I'm this is my destiny, this is where I'm at. And then I had that, like, well, I got to prove myself. I wanted that self-validation, and so I became the overworker. I became the one who always wanted try to have some type of self-validation. And
Right.
so I had no boundaries, which meant that if anybody needed me, I would be there.
Mhm.
Didn't care what was on my schedule. I didn't put myself first. It didn't care. I just didn't know how to set boundaries because I just wanted people to like me, because I wanted that, you're going to be okay. I wanted that self-validation because I didn't know how to love the person who I was. And so that was the beginning, before I started my business.
Oh, I know I've been there before. What belief did you have to release in order to grow into the woman you are today?
I had to love the woman I was. I had to look at myself in the mirror and know that my beginnings were not my boundaries, that the person that I am was who God made me be. I didn't need self-validation from anybody else or validation at all, because I was a child of God and He loved me for who I was. And once you learn to love the woman you are and not look at her in the mirror and see all her flaws, but see all the good things that she has, it shifted me. It shifted me in so many ways. I learned that if I wanted to rise and I wanted to shine to the woman that I was meant to be, I knew I first had to have that self-care for myself. I had to put myself first. I had to make sure that I was taking care of the exercise, the working out, the eating right, making sure that I was getting adequate sleep and all of those things, what some would call selfish. But if you don't take care of yourself, no one else will. And you
Right.
cannot pour from an empty cup. They always tell you when you're in an airplane that before you help others, put on your oxygen mask first. But as
Mhm.
women, we sometimes think, we forget that. And we feel that shame that if we're doing anything for ourselves, then we're leaving behind our children, or we're not taking care of our spouse, or all of these things. But the thing is, you have to take care of yourself because you're also modeling to others that they need to do the same. And if you don't do that, they're going to think that they have to take care of others before they can take care of themselves as well. And so that was the biggest shift that I had, is I had to stop the burnout, stop the
Mhm.
procrastination, and stop all the things about putting everybody else first, and realize if I took once I start taking care of me, I had more clarity. Once I rested, I could have the time to create, because when you're in rest mode, your mind will go because you're fully rested,
Right.
and that's where you become in that creative zone. I
Mhm.
also had to shift, a few things. I had to let go of things that no longer serve me. I had to
Mhm.
close the doors and start a new career, and that opened up more space, and that allowed me the freedom to start my podcast, start my consulting, start my coaching, and just start speaking about the things that I had felt so ashamed in the past to speak about. And that really helped me grow.
That's amazing. And in this season of life and business, what does becoming her mean to you?
So becoming her means looking at the mirror every morning and saying, I love you. Telling
Mhm.
yourself that you love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, then you're going to see the flaws in everything and you're going to think that everybody else sees those flaws. You have to just look at yourself and love you. You also have to learn how to use your voice. And when I say that, it means learning how to say no when things are no longer serving you, learning how to have those boundaries, learning how to look at your calendar, which is something I speak about a lot. I'm a time management coach. And so looking at your calendar, does your calendar reflect the woman that you want to become? And if it's not, change one habit, shift one habit. Maybe one week you stop, going to lunch to the friend who's never there for you, but you just
Hey,
go because you want her to like you, right? Or you stop working on that client who always is just negative. We have to sometimes say no to clients because they're
that's
stealing so
true.
much energy from us, right?
Mhm.
And so saying no to that client and, just telling them we can no longer work together and just changing one habit a week. And the thing is, it's so easy to say next day or when I become
Very
her.
true.
No, you are already her because you have to become her now. And you have to start making those micro moves to become her every single day. And, you know, we're recording this podcast. 10 minutes can pass by really quickly, but so
Mhm.
can 10 years. And so if you don't
Very
start
true.
shifting your habits now, you're never gonna start making forward progress. And so look at yourself in the mirror every day and thank yourself for one thing that you did. Even wake up yourself in the morning and say, "Oh God, I'm so happy that you woke up. Oh, you look so radiant today." And then as you go to sleep at night, look at yourself in the mirror again and say, I'm so proud of you for doing whatever one thing that you did. Celebrate those moves, those wins every single day. I call it my shine principles is one, show up. H is have good habits. I is be intentional, intentionally be present wherever you're at. N is never give up because we're going to have life has challenges, right? But if there has been a desire that's been put on your heart, it is for a reason. Maybe we have to set the timeline back a little bit, but never give up. If you can make some type of movement, and maybe you can't make that little movement today, but maybe you can do something tomorrow. So schedule it on your calendar, time block some time to do it. And again, life happens, and if something happens and you can't do it, then schedule it for the next week. But never
Right.
give up on the goals that you've been put on your heart. And then E is every day celebrate those wins. And that will help you become the woman that you need to become. You need
I
to schedule
love
that
that.
time for yourself.
100%. I want to thank you for sharing that. Now I'd like you to take a few minutes to share with everybody watching who you are, what you do, and who you serve. So that way we can understand the work you're bringing into the world.
Oh, yes. Thank you for that opportunity. So, as you said, my name is Angelina Rivera, and you can find me on my website, angelinarivera.com. And so, who I am and what do I do and who I serve? So, I serve the entrepreneur who's trying to find the time to get things done, who has so many things pulling at them and they don't even have clarity on what needs to be done. And so, I help them focus on those goals, get some clarity, and help prioritize the things that they should be working on. I help them go from overwhelm to clarity and free up some time so that they can actually have the rest that they deserve that they need. I also help businesses. If there's small, medium-sized businesses out there and they don't know whether they're winning or losing every day, I help them with their key performance indicators and help them eliminate the waste in their processes. And sometimes as a business owner, you may not see what is stealing your time and you may not see where there's waste and you may just try to be putting band-aids on things, but I help you get to the root cause and help you get that time freedom back or get that money back and find out ways to scale your business to the next level and not keep putting band-aids, but get to the root cause to clear up what's no longer serving you. I also am the host of Refine and Shine podcast. And so that's where I share stories of refinement. I have various guests on there who have shown how it was when they needed to refine their lives in order to shine to the person that they are today. And so, again, I help those entrepreneurs, business owners, and help them with, I do the time management coaching, I do a distractions coaching, and I also do workshops and webinars for businesses where their leaders need to step up to the next level and help them realize that change is a good thing and it's not a bad thing. And so that's what I do, and that's who I serve.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing your journey and your becoming with us today. If something Angelina said resonated with you today, I encourage you to connect with her, follow her, support her, reach out and let her know what inspired you. Her connection link will be included with this spotlight. And at Boss Ladies Creating Empires, we believe spotlight is not about ego. It's about visibility, leadership, and lifting each other up. And I want to thank you, Angelina, for being here. And I'll see you on the next spotlight. Thank
Thank you so
you.
much.